My next guest tonight is a NASA astronaut, and I'm thinking, he is slumming it here. He's featured in the new IMAX film, The Hubble 3D, which is in theaters March the 19th. Take a look at this.
4 stories underwater, there's an entire shuttle cargo bay and a life-size model of Hubble.
Motion is stopped on the stage.
Okay. The big thing about this telescope is it can point really accurately and hold its position, and it's the gyros, the RSUs that allow you to do that. But they're in a tough spot. I'm used to being cramped as a larger person. I always had hand-me-downs from my brother who was a little shorter, so I'm used to having to fit into smaller areas.
Grow up. Please welcome Mike Massimino, everybody. Mike Massimino. Welcome back, Mike. It's good to see you again. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back.
No, I'm always happy to see someone who's actually got a college degree on the show. It's a big deal for us when we get someone brainy.
I hope I don't disappoint you.
No.
I didn't know this was going to be a test.
No, it's not a test. It's not a test. We're just interested in what you're doing at NASA these days. Have you been back up since you were?
No, I've been on Earth. Since the last time I've stayed on Earth. Haven't been back up.
What about hallucinogenic drugs? That's often a way to...
I haven't tried that.
No.
I've just been hanging around and trying to deal with what's going on here on Earth.
Now, that's you training in that big underwater...
It's a gigantic pool that we train to get ready for our spacewalks.
Right.
And it's really big. It's 200 feet long.
Right.
It's 100 feet wide, and it's 40 feet deep. It's like a big lake.
It is,
It's big, and we can fit a whole space station and a shuttle and the telescope model in there as well.
You don't want to put that in there. All the wires will get shorted out. You'll ruin the damn thing.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Yeah, no, we have all the stuff that we use that has power in it. Like, it has to be battery powered, and it has to be contained so that it won't short out.
And you've been in space.
Yes.
Right. Is it like space and being in this thing?
It is. It gets you ready for your job that you're going to do.
Right.
Working with your tools, how you're going to work the choreography with your partner.
Choreography?
Choreography.
I love it.
That's what we call it.
One singular concession. Beep. That's fantastic.
Theres no singing, though.
No, right.
They don't let us sing. But we call it choreography because that's what you're kind of doing. You're planning out each move. And every move.
That's adorable.
Yeah, do you think?
Yeah.
I never looked at it that way, but I guess it could.
No.
But every little move has to be planned out, and so we practice that. And you're ready for that when you get to space. You feel very comfortable with it. When I went to the telescope the first time and worked on it, I remember closing a door of I changed out a reaction wheel, a thing that spins and points the telescope.
I know what a reaction wheel is. Do I look stupid to you?
That'll be part of the test.
Yeah.
But as I'm closing the door, Craig, I said to him, I went through my mind, it's the first time you've ever seen that for real. But I practiced so many times in the water, I felt like I'd done it before.
It feels it, yes.
But the thing you're not prepared for is the view around you.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no way to replicate the beauty of the Earth in the background as you're doing your work.
That's pretty nice.
The stuff you get to see.
Oh, that's lovely.
It prepares you for part of it, but not for the whole experience.
Does it mess with your mind when you come back? Like, do you kind of look up the space and go, oh, God, I'm so bored here with gravity?
Gravity is the word.
Gravity is the word of the day.
Yes.
We've thrown it out, but
gravity can trick you.
Actually.
You get used to not having gravity around when you're in space. Everything floats. It makes it easier. One time, one of the first times I got home, I went to the grocery store. I come back to pick up my grocery bag, and I go and I let go, and I think it's going to float and crash. Can you imagine?
I can't imagine that. Is that what you said to them at the time?
That was the excuse I used. I just come back from space.
I just got back from space.
That's right.
I had a couple of drinks on my way home from space. Wow.
So you can use that. You can use that as an excuse.
And does your muscle tone, does it all?
I'm only up for 2 weeks, so it's not that bad. You actually when you get back, you feel like a little off balance. Things seem a little heavier to you. But after a few hours, you feel much better.
Just a couple hours?
Just a couple hours. But
what about sleeping in zero gravity?
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Because what you're doing, you're inside of a sleeping bag, and we tie up the sleeping bag. We have little hooks, so you don't want to be getting in your sleeping bag and then knocking into people or banging your head, waking up. No,
you'd be like, oh, sorry, I floated over to your bunk. That would be bad.
Exactly. I want to be good. So you want to stay in one space, and make sure you know where everybody is.
Right.
And then if you get surprised, something else is going on. So,
okay.
So you get in your little. It's a mistake. You get inside your little. You get inside your little sleeping bag, and you tie down, and you actually have a pillow behind you, but your head floats up, right? So what we do is we actually put a piece of cloth that keeps your head against the pillow. It velcros to the back. It sounds uncomfortable, right? It sounds nuts.
Is there a safety word?
No, it just keeps your head, because we're so used to having a pillow behind our head.
So it holds you down.
Just holds your head
Have you ever tried
against the
sleeping
pillow.
without your head held down?
It's a little uncomfortable, because we're so used to having a pillow behind our head.
Right.
But once you get inside of the thing, you're just kind of laying there floating, and it's like a really cool waterbed.
That's really nice. And what's going on with NASA now? Because these shuttle flights are coming to an end.
Yeah, that's right. We only have 4 of them left.
That's very sad.
It's going to finish up this fall, and then the next step, which will be concentrating on long-duration space flight on the space station. We'll be going up on a Soyuz spacecraft.
Russians?
Russians.
Are you going to have to learn Russian?
If you want to go, you have to learn Russian. Yeah, at least they want you to have at least a rudimentary knowledge.
What the hell happened to this country?
Well, think about it. If you're flying on that spaceship, you want to be able to know where the exit sign is and that kind of stuff.
We should have our own damn spaceship. We can't be up there speaking Russian. In space, people speak with American accents, buddy. That's the way it's always been.
Well, I got to agree with you.
Yeah.
I got to agree with you.
That makes me very upset.
But just because the shuttle's returning doesn't mean we're not going to have a spaceship.
All right.
We're going to be developing a new spaceship as well. How it's going to happen, we're not exactly sure. The president and the Congress are going to try to figure that out. But
they don't do a lot of figuring out.
We're still going to be flying people into space. So.
What about the old shuttles? Are they going to be up for sale?
Yeah. How much money you got? Can you fit one in here? Well, I think they're going to put them in. I think they're going to put them in museums. Right. They're not sure exactly where they're going to go, but they'll be put in museums.
You'll be one in the Smithsonian, I think.
I think that's probably a good bet.
And Disneyland.
That might be an idea. I don't know. I'm not getting into the sale. I think it's whoever come up with the right place.
Will you go back to space now, do you think?
I hope so. I mean, I'm available. I hope I get the chance again. We'll see. Yeah.
Is there a website you can go on?
Yeah, it's not like a contest or a waiting list or anything. You just, you have a group of people and you kind of take your turn and hopefully you get a chance to go again. So I've gone twice, so that's, that's been nice.
That's pretty good.
I'd be happy to go again.
But see the Tubble telescope? You can't actually look through it or anything, can you?
No, people ask me all these questions about astronomy and stuff, and I'm like, I don't look through the telescope. I only work on it, But yeah,
because you could turn it to Brad and Angelina's or something like that. Just for a minute.
You can kind of snoop around with that thing.
Yeah, like, I can't believe. Look at Courtney Cox.
There's no eyepiece for us to look through on that thing.
Right.
But they get all the fancy pictures, all the data comes down and gets shipped down to the ground, and then the astronomers can look at that stuff on the ground.
Oh, astronomers, those jerks.
No, they're smart guys.
Sorry, I'm thinking of astrologers.
Yeah.
I see by looking at the Hubble telescope, you're going to have quite an unpleasant day. Hey, Mike, it's always good to see you. Come back and see you soon, and I hope you get back up to space.
We'll see what happens. I hope so, too.
Mike Massimoni, everybody. We'll be right back.